So last week was all about the New York cheesecake. Today it's gonna be the New York black and white cookie. Now I only know about this, like most things in life, through Seinfeld.
Look, Elaine, the black and white cookie. I love the black and white. Two races of flavor living side by side in harmony.
It's very cake-like with its cookie body, cake-like icing on the top, chocolate, vanilla, black, white, yin and yang. Let's make them over here in the kitchen, the New York black and white cookie. First things first, we gotta make our cookies. Let me show you what I'm using. All-purpose flour, salt, baking soda, sugar, vanilla extract, butter, 1 egg, buttermilk. Does anyone ever use this much? Ever? Probably not. So we're gonna need our big bowl. Combine your butter, your sugar, cream it. For like 2 to 3 minutes. Light and fluffy. Add in your egg. Since that was kind of a small egg, just gonna add a little bit more. That's about 1 large egg. Mix until combined. Now in a smaller bowl, baking soda and salt, flour, and mix together my buttermilk and vanilla. Next up, I'm gonna add these, alternating a little bit of flour, a little bit of buttermilk, back and forth, until it's all gone. Now you're gonna wanna make sure you spill as much buttermilk onto the counter as possible. That's important. Flour first.
Degrees Fahrenheit is 176.7 degrees Celsius.
Don't forget to preheat your oven. Butter it up. Make sure you butter it up. Butter up that parchment paper. I don't even know if you need to. Scoop up the batter. There's no way that was gonna work. New game plan, I'm gonna pipe it. I did have to check to see if my batter was the correct consistency because, I mean, this doesn't look like a cookie. It's correct. Hey, that worked pretty well. Smack it against the counter, get those air bubbles out. Put this into your preheated oven, 15, 17 minutes. They got a nice color going on, but if you look at that rise, yes, it's decent. I'm pleased with it, but I think I can do better. Out with the old, in with the new. Now I was focusing on consistency on this next batch. It's much thicker. What I did is use just a little bit more baking soda, and instead of using 1.5 eggs, which was supposed to make up for 1 large egg, I just used 1 normal size egg. Now when I'm piping these, I'm gonna give myself plenty of space in between each cookie. Set a timer for like 14 minutes. 14 minutes, I just said 14 minutes. Take 1. Take 2. I prefer this. Next up, our icing. We're making a fondant icing. I don't know what fondant is.
A thick paste made of sugar and water and often flavored or colored, used in the making of sweets and the icing and decoration of cakes.
We're gonna be making 2 different flavors, vanilla, chocolate. Let me show you the ingredients. Icing sugar, vanilla, cocoa powder, the juice from a lemon, and lastly, corn syrup. Couldn't find it anywhere, didn't want to make a big thing about it, so I'm just making my own. Yes, you can, apparently. 1 1/4 cup of sugar mixed together with 1/4 cup of hot water. You get your own homemade corn syrup. First, we're gonna add our 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, icing sugar, powdered sugar into our bowl. 1 tablespoon of my homemade corn syrup, an obscene amount of leftovers. 2 teaspoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice, tablespoon of just plain old water, 1/4 teaspoon of just plain old vanilla. Stir until smooth. Smooth. Now add half of this to a separate bowl. 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Continue to mix. Probably need to add a little water. You need the chocolate icing to be the same texture as the vanilla. Go fetch your cookies. Now make sure you have some sort of tool like this. This is for cake icing specifically. So we have our beautiful cookie, and we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna put the icing on like the bottom part, the flat part. And it's gonna be half and half. So first I'm gonna take some of my vanilla icing, and I'm just gonna put it on half of this bad boy. Beautiful thing about this fondant icing is that it kind of melts into place almost immediately once you spread it onto the cookie. Now you can be a bit rugged with this. With 1/2 of the white, you're gonna add the chocolate. And it's okay if there's a little overlap. You want it to look a little rustic. When I took a bite out of this, I was honestly expecting to eat a little miniature cake. It's not. It's a cookie. How soft and spongy and cake-like this is, that is what separates it from any other cookie I've ever had. Now let's talk about the icing because it's as equally as impressive. Always reliable with the chocolate, really nice, but this vanilla. The vanilla is my favorite. I can really taste that jolt of lemon juice I put in there, and because I can taste that, it just brings this whole cookie home. I did not know what to expect, and all my expectations were exceeded and then some. The black and white cookie, New York's finest. Okay guys, that is all I got today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure to jump on that, and if you are, sweet stuff. I've left the link to my Patreon down below, and if you're interested in becoming a producer of the show, like these lovely people over here, you can sign up. That's all I got. See you guys soon.